does professional indirectness look like? I'm Dr. Anna Kalschmidt. I'm an industrial organizational psychologist, and I research the unwritten rules of work for people from low-income backgrounds. And one of those is that people are expected to be more indirect as they move up in status at their job. So to respond to this comment, an indirect conversation looks like somebody providing feedback about something vague and pretty much tying it to an organizational need that could also be vague. So let's say you're a manager and somebody hands you a report, and you can reply, hi, Lila, let's chat about this report. Let's see how we can better align the market analysis to meet our customer goals. And you can hear it and be like, okay, what does that mean? And maybe they send you like a document with track changes or comments, and that's more helpful, but often not. And so you have to keep probing, okay, and which part of the market analysis? And they can be like, I think there's an opportunity to improve more in-depth analysis and clearer communicate how this ties to the client objectives. It's essentially making broader statements without specifically saying what the issue is and hoping that the person kind of figures it out along the way for themselves. Because remember, white collar environments are more independent and value autonomy more. So in a way, they're trying to coach you to figure this out yourself. But where we run into a culture clash class-wise is that people from low-income backgrounds are typically more communal and are used to sharing resources and collaborating. So this can be frustrating, and they tend to be more direct. This can also be very frustrating for people who are neurodiverse, particularly people who are autistic, who don't read social cues in a neurotypical way and can find this frustrating. So if you've received feedback at work to be more indirect, something you can try to do is think, how would I ask this if I were trying to coach someone to figure this out themselves? And an active listening skill that isn't necessarily about directness or indirectness, but is about gauging if someone understood, ask them to paraphrase, which is not parroting back to you. Paraphrasing shows what they understood. And you can ask this professionally and without being infantilizing by just saying, let's work through the steps together. So tell me where you think you're going to start and what steps you'll go through to get to that point. And if you realize along the way you haven't been clear and they didn't understand you, then interject and be like, okay, well, let me add some clarity between points 3 and 4. Let me know if that answers your question. I know it's frustrating.